Hello there and welcome to Ethics Application with me, John Bone. Now there is some good news here in as much as we're not learning any new material. What we're doing is we're taking the knowledge that we've learned in the previous ethics chapters and we're going to apply it to case studies. You'll be able to find summaries of these case studies in the Schwes notes, but if you want to see them in their full glory, then you'll need to turn to the CFA curriculum where they are included in your materials. Okay, and we're going to start off here with professionalism. So we're looking at, first of all, knowledge of the law, standard 1A. Now this requires that candidates and members understand and comply with laws, rules and regulations. And it sets out the kind of bodies we need to be considering. So we've got the CFA Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct. We've got governments and regulators, we've got licensing agencies and professional associations. And remember, if you do have a conflict between any of those, then you always go with the stricter rule. Now, of course, CFA Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct say we must not participate or assist another, and we must disassociate with the activity. And do remember that silence is not disassociating. So let's have a look at our first case study. Our first case study involves a bank that provides custody services and it's asset-based fees for services. Now in the client agreement, customers are going to reimburse the bank for expenses paid by the custodian. And the majority of the expenses incurred by the custodian in this case are SWIFT messages. Okay, now banks charge a fee to clients for these SWIFT messages, and the issue in this particular case study is that the fee charged to clients is greater than the cost of providing the services. Okay, now on the face of it, that looks like overcharging, which of course is an ethical and legal breach. Now we have an employee that notices this overcharging and notifies their supervisor. What actions does a supervisor take? Well, they reduce the SWIFT fee for new clients and revisit the rates for existing customers, but only when their contracts are renewed. So let's take the supervisor's actions. So they address the issue for new clients only. They don't initially address the issue for existing clients. And they do not address the misrepresentation and overcharging in the past. So therefore, the employee that notified the supervisor must refuse to act and disassociate in this particular case. Our second case here, we've got an investment account that is opened and the client is known to the bank directors. Now the objective of this investment account is deemed to be earning income. And we see many transactions going through the account. We've got deposits totaling 90 million and withdrawals totaling 84 million. So we've got a lot of transactions going through an account. The transactions include transactions with individuals and entities in bank secrecy havens, countries at risk of money laundering as well. Okay, so we've got transactions going through this account where the counterparty is in secrecy havens and we've got transactions with counterparties in money laundering locations. Now, when we look at the transactions, they've got very vague descriptions. Things like services provided or consulting fees or commissions. Now, the employee in this situation approves the transactions and does not